Drop that like it's hot. Wow.
Nearly wasted that.
Oh, okay. So what you didn't see just then, what you didn't see. Hi everybody. We're just making sure you're all here. You're all here. So this one, just before we went live.
Here we go.
Starts smacking his stomach, and I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I just want to make sure it goes in, so that
just tell me stomach.
It doesn't, Sunday afternoon bloat happening." I'm like, "You're not a menopausal 50-year-old like me. The bloat's there anyway. It doesn't matter what you do. You can do whatever you like. It's going to happen."
Yeah, that's
Good
it.
afternoon. How
Hello,
are you,
everybody?
Welcome to our live chat.
It's good to have you back, Dar. Me wingman's back. That's awesome.
I don't know how long I'll be back for.
That's right, Dar. I've got to keep it clean. Okay, no problem.
Okay, you're warned. If he says that, because you know that this is unscripted, right? He just says whatever. We answer the questions that come through during the week. Yeah. And he has been known, if you're a long-time viewer, to say lots of really... things that you can't really cut out, and you should cut out.
It's like I can get away with most stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't. If I smack you, people can see me smacking you.
I've got a clear table. We've got a clear table today.
Oh, Sylvia's watching from Brazil next week.
Brazil.
Fantastic!
Ooh,
That's awesome, Sylvia. Sylvia's our runs the cleaning team that do your tiny house cleans before they go out. Fantastic group of people.
Yeah, they do a great job.
Anyway,
I was just.
This is Rick.
Yeah.
I'm Shani. I'm his wife and business partner in Havenwood Tiny Homes. I'm not on here very often because usually on a Sunday I have to pick up kids from either sports or work, and then this one's just got her L's this week, so I'm very stressed. So I'm just having a little wine because we just did a little drive on the way back from work. So
she look after that.
Bit hectic.
I was just
Elliot,
today.
hi Elliot.
Yeah. Today we church wasn't on today, so we went up and visited my mum and dad, and I was just reflecting back on mum and dad and their life. Like dad's mid-80s now; he's on the home stretch. Yep. And mum's, I think she's hit 80.
Yeah.
And they're obviously about 80 years old. They're getting old, you know. So I was just reflecting on
Did
you
have a good upbringing?
I was just the stuff I was looking at, the stuff I learnt, what I learnt from my dad, right?
Yep.
What I learnt from my dad. Dad wasn't necessarily a teacher. Like, he didn't say, "Rick, this is what you've got to do."
Yes.
But what I did, I learned.
Well, your dad was a farmer, wasn't he?
He was a farmer.
So,
my dad was a farmer. So just to put this in context,
I grew up
on 5,000 acres, and Dad was a worker. This guy was a machine. He was a workhorse. He's like a big old Clydesdale.
Okay,
you know
so where are you going?
He was working.
Yes.
You know? And what I learnt from my dad, right? I learnt how to be respectful. I learnt how to treat neighbours.
Yes.
I learnt how to be a great husband.
Your handshake was that was as good as a contract.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And but the other thing I learnt, I learnt to run like hell. When I played up, okay. Because as a kid, I had a few rough edges. You wouldn't think so.
Oh, no.
You wouldn't think so.
Never in a million years would we think.
But I learned to run like hell.
You would have been diagnosed with ADHD for sure.
Yeah, if they had invented the word ADD, what is it?
ADHD.
ADD, whatever. As a kid, I would have had it. But that's all right.
Absolutely.
But what it was, right? I'd play up and Dad, you just see that look and think, oh my gosh, I'm in trouble. So I'd just take off. Yeah. Anyway, I'd have a 100-yard head start on him.
Okay.
But Dad would never chase me.
No, he'd just
wait.
Wait till you come in for
dinner.
And
then I'd pull up and I'd think, oh my gosh.
Getting hungry.
Do I go back and cop the consequences now? Or do I wait till later on till I come home for dinner and then cop a flogging?
You might have calmed down. Yeah, no.
So what I always made the decision that I'm going back to face the music, right?
Right, yes.
So I'd walk back, and Dad was like a big gentle giant, you know?
Yes.
He just, I'd walk up to him.
Yep.
He'd nice and casually just reach up to the apricot tree.
Yep.
Snap a branch off.
Yep.
Strip the leaves off the branch.
Yep.
Grab my arm and belt the crap out of me. Only on the butt. Only ever hit me on the butt.
That's awful chastisement. We found that out recently.
But from that, I learned a lot.
Jamie's online. Jamie, our plumber, has just had a little girl. She's just come out. Fantastic. Congratulations, Jamie. We're so happy for you.
I'll have a cup of tea on you, mate.
That's wonderful. Congratulations to you and Aaron. We're so stoked.
Oh, Jamie's our plumber. Did you say that?
I did say that. I did say Jamie is our plumber and his team. He's just had a little baby.
Mooney and Andy, mate, The boys are really performing. Actually,
Yes.
5 o'clock start tomorrow morning.
Oh. Jamie?
Yeah. Probably because the baby's got to wake him up, so Jamie's thinking, I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's right. Got to go.
Got to go, Dale. Thanks for having a baby.
If you
but I've
can
got to
hear the
go.
birds in the background, yes, we've got lots of bird life here.
Birds are chirping.
Yeah. Are you a birder? Have you watched The Big Year?
The Big Year. That's
it's
gold.
funny, isn't it? It's a really funny movie.
Plenty of birds up here, Dale?
A lot of birds. We decided to do a Big Year here once, and
Yeah.
we said to the kids, okay, you've got to count how many different types of birds that you see in a day, and then we'll write it down. Yeah, well, that lasted 5 seconds. But my son-in-law counted 32, so he was having a great day.
Yeah,
he had the Big Year.
There was 40 cockatoos, but there were a few
No, 32 different types
different
of birds.
birds.
Yeah.
Different birds.
Oh, yeah,
that's right,
yeah, very exciting. Should we get into some questions?
Oh, let's do it, Dale. I
Let's
think
do
everyone's
that.
waiting in anticipation. for some
Absolutely.
questions.
I don't think they need any more stories. I haven't been on here for a while because I sort of, someone said I looked really tired, which I do. I mean, anyone who knows Rick would say, you poor woman. That's all they'd say. You poor woman.
But you keep up,
30, nearly 33 years married to him.
33 years?
How do you do
Damn.
it? How do you do? You need a medal. I know I do.
They tell me you only get 8 years for murder.
Thinking about it. Okay, first question.
Okay.
I broke my glasses, so I had to buy some readers from the petrol
chemist.
station. So let's see how they look. Make me look another 200 years older.
You're
okay,
looking golder.
fantastic.
You are gold.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, why do your pitched roof models have a flat section on the top?
Yeah, well, okay.
I'm now going to take them off because I can't read the questions.
If you see, most of our homes actually come with a pitch roof. The reason we've done that because we wanted our homes to have that sort of real country feel. I guess our theme is probably Australian colonial sort of look happening. And hence, but if we continue that pitch, because we're trying to maximise the size inside the actual tiny home.
Yeah.
So if we continue that pitch through, what was going to happen, we're obviously well and truly above 4.6 metres.
Yeah.
So I had to pull that up short and hence cap it at 4.6 metres. And hence the flat section of the roof. Now, just by default...
Happy accident,
yeah. Just by default,
Yep.
that's actually worked out fabulous.
Fantastically,
Because
yes.
what it means is, firstly, you can actually walk around. You can still walk around in the top story part of our homes,
baby. Yes.
in our homes,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
But it also duals as our flat section to put our solar panels, okay? Because the solar panels are a metre wide. The flat section of roof is actually 1.2 metres wide up top. And so we can, on the 8.2 metre home, depending on what inverter we bought and what package our clients pay for, but our standard package is 3 solar panels up on top. They're all run in line, and
they can add more,
yeah.
can't they?
We initially we
into
were
solar.
putting in 4 solar panels, but it was actually overjuicing. It was too many volts coming through and smashing our inverters. Okay, so we've actually so our standard initial is 3 solar panels. Then if we up the inverter, we can actually up it to 2 banks of 3, so 6 solar panels, and we can still fit them across the flat section of roof.
Right. Yes.
And that way, it doesn't matter which way you actually orientate your tiny home, you're maxing the sun out all day.
Yes.
And with the technology and the solar panels that we actually supply for
and that
our
won't
clients,
go over the height limits?
No.
Yep.
Well, it's depending on, like, okay, if we've got a client that's going interstate or outside our weighbridge areas, we'll actually drop 50 mil off the height of our tiny homes, so we can fit our solar panels in, so we're still coming in under our 4.6 metres high. Okay?
Yes. Yep.
But yeah, it's actually just by default, it's been a great result.
Yeah.
So it works perfect.
Yeah.
Loving it.
And from the ground, you don't actually see that flat. Like you just see the pitch
You
of
see the start of
roof.
the pitch of the roof, and it sort of works, you know.
That's not dirt. That's mulberry stains. I just noticed my nails. We've just been picking mulberries up in the orchard, and you know what they do.
Love
you
mulberries.
can't beat fresh mulberries. I mean, they're beautiful.
Just great. You know what I love about mulberry trees?
Tell us, do you guys, have you done that? Have you had a fresh mulberry off the tree? Yeah. So forgive us because we haven't been, because we've been doing this for so long that we forget to actually introduce and do all the things. But this is interactive, right? So what we want you to do is actually comment and say something and ask questions so that we can talk to you while you're listening and all the stuff. So we're just not going to talk at the camera. We're not going to get here every Sunday and do this.
During the week, I sort of get a bit busy. And one thing, if you know me, right, because Google is good, right? It's got its place in the world. But I reckon it's killing young kids. It's killing our young kids.
Oh, we're getting heavy.
It's killing marriages.
Absolutely.
Honestly, it's got its place, but I'll tell you what.
Yeah, it's good for certain things.
It's not going to be
around.
around. Anyway, long story short.
Yeah.
If I'm talking to someone.
Yep.
Like a client or a contractor, and my phone rings, and people watch me, I don't answer the phone. It stays in my pocket. I don't answer it. It'll just ring.
And then we get emails from people saying, I can't get on to Rick. I've called him 3 times, but he's with a client. So
just remember, if you ring me, you might be interrupting me. I'm actually having a conversation with somebody.
With another client.
And I'm not going to interrupt my conversation. And actually, in fact, you're interrupting me.
No, so when you do talk to Rick, or you've made an appointment with Rick, you get all his attention, because he's not going to be like, oh, just excuse me for a minute. Yeah. It's nothing worse, is it?
It used to annoy me. I'd go and see real estate agents or politicians, and I'll be chatting to these guys.
Why would you?
And then all of a sudden, they got a better offer, or their phone rings, and then it's like, well, I'll just walk away.
Yeah,
I don't care.
You know the worst thing.
You know the
worst thing. Okay, has this happened to you? Right. So you go out for dinner. That's like once a year for us, but you go out for dinner, and you're sitting there, and there's people like they might be on a first date, or they're out with the partner, and they're not talking to each other. They're just on their phones. They're just like this. Well, they're at the restaurant. I'm like, what's that?
Yeah.
What happened? What happened to conversation? What happened to? We're so old school.
Oh, we are
old school
dinosaurs.
I'd rather just talk to you, but this is the way we have to do it. So please put your questions in so we can answer you,
on the
or at least comment. At least say hi or something. Say hi, so we feel like we're not just talking to a screen. Yeah. Next question: What is the purpose of the large toolbox on the front?
Oh yeah, on the front of the tiny homes.
Yeah.
Okay. With our, actually, Jules, a couple of purposes. For our homes that are actually going off-grid or don't have access to water, it just comes standard with our pressure-on-demand rainwater pump. That rainwater pump goes into the actual toolbox. Also, it Jules as the storage area for the batteries for the solar system. So the inverter, a 5 kilowatt inverter goes inside that toolbox. Our battery storage also goes inside that toolbox. So depending on if people are just going for the semi off grid and just need the rainwater tank but have got access to power, so we'll just put a smaller toolbox on. If they're going for solar, we put the larger toolbox on. At the end of the day, that toolbox has a purpose. It's actually put all your running gear in it, and it's locked up. It's protected from the weather, and it just looks after your gear.
Right.
You know?
Lucy has said hi. Hi, Lucy.
Hey, Lucy.
We're loving your build. We can't wait to get this to you. We're really excited. And Mo says hi. Hi, Mo. Nice to meet you or see you. Thanks for joining us today.
I'll talk about Lucy, which is
well, that's actually the next question. So maybe I'll ask that. Ask the question. So this person has asked us that they are disabled. Can you cater for a wheelchair in your tiny homes? And it's actually, we're doing this one for Lucy right now. So we really can't wait to show you that.
Yeah. The beauty of our 3-metre homes is that we have that luxury of being able to create hallways.
Width, yes.
We've also been able to create wider doorways, wider door openings, so we can actually facilitate wheelchair access if required, or walkers especially, but wheelchairs even, you know. So,
and there's space to store them. You know, it's not. Right. You might be able to get in. For Lucy, we're doing a ramp on her deck that will be put on after, so that she can get up, down, and inside and out. So,
and we've enlarged the deck so she can store a wheelchair out on the deck,
for a wheelchair.
And a clothesline and stuff. So
that's it.
So it's just fabulous what we can actually do.
So heading into 2023, we're making a few changes to our company, and one of those is that something like Lucy's build would be considered now a custom build. So we're separating out the standard builds and the custom builds, and Lucy's would be a custom build because we've been working with Lucy over many months now to make a home that works exactly for her needs. And to do that, we really need the time. So we've realised that trying to make it, just come on board as a standard, it doesn't work. We need the time to make sure that it's exactly right before we start, that the client's happy, we're happy, everybody, and then we motor on. So that's a change for us that we've learnt this year, that we'll take into next year.
Yeah, because it's very hard. When our clients do custom homes, it consumes so much time. And then there's custom windows at different sizes, not our standard windows. And what it does is delay because of the building industry at the moment, ordering windows is probably one of our windows in kitchens.
The window companies have already closed down their books.
Already closed for the year. Well, actually,
till the end of January.
Our next supply is February, March next year for non-standard, our non-standard windows.
Yeah.
Our standard windows we've got in stock, so we can just pump them out. We can put extra ones of our standard size windows in, but.
So that's the change that we're one of the many changes coming in 2023 that we've made is that we're adding things into our standard models that everybody's asking for. There's some extra windows and things, so they're going to go in as a standard, and we'll have them in stock, so that it makes it a lot quicker and easier process for you when you come and join our company to have a build with us. If you still want a custom, which is something really totally different to what the models that we've got on offer, then we will put you in as a custom build, and we're only going to take
probably around about 8 custom builds.
Maximum of 8.
Yeah.
Maximum of 8.
Yeah, because
we've got a question from Mo. What's better, wooden framing or metal framing for the far north Queensland humidity?
Okay, when you say framing, I'm assuming the actual structure of the actual home itself.
Yes.
Okay,
yep.
So far north Queensland. Now this is no disrespect to any company or anything, but we're talking about the product itself. Okay, we're talking about either steel framed housing, tiny homes, or timber frame tiny homes.
Yeah.
Firstly, with the steel framed homes, and is that with steel in hotter climates, you get it's all about heat. And with steel framed homes, you get a lot of creaking with the actual steel itself. This is not the way they're built. It's no fault of the actual builder itself, but steel has a tendency to actually creak. And some steel framed homes actually have rubber grommets you put here and there, and so they don't actually creak. But it's because of the heat from the air actually heats up the steel, and then it will creak.
Yeah. And what's the weight like for the steel and timber?
Steel frame is actually lighter than timber,
right?
But at the end of the day, steel typically will cost more than timber.
Okay.
Yep. With the timber frame homes, there is that. With the timber frame homes, you have shrinkage of timber, movement in the timber itself. Once again, this is no disrespect to any tiny home builder.
I think everything has a bit of movement.
It
you've got to allow for movement.
In,
yes.
The actual temperature itself, so in the timber, so the timber will shrink and expand with moisture and whatnot. We've had people come to us that are very nose sensitive, so sinus sensitive.
Yes.
The thing with the timbers is that they people build from treated timber, which is treated for termites. Now that treatment is an active solution. Okay.
Yes.
That treatment will actually go through gyprock.
Yes.
Okay? So the smell or the odours will actually get through the actual gyprock itself. So you've got to be careful if you are nose sensitive.
Yep.
However, with the homes that we build, because we build from refrigeration panel, and the steel itself in the bondor, in the actual refrigeration panels, is a thin surface, but the insulation, which is the polystyrene, solid insulation of 75 millimetres, it doesn't react to heat or cold. Okay, so it doesn't shrink, it doesn't expand, it doesn't contract. But what it does do is create the best insulation it can in your
that's
home.
very interesting, because Elliot, who is a client of ours, has had his home for, 2 years? I'm not sure, Elliot, but So he's just said here on Instagram, my tiny sits in direct sunlight with minimal shade in New South Wales. The inside temps in the middle of the day isn't that bad. Now, that's with a closed-up house without opening any windows, and he's still happy with that. In saying that, Elliot has had a personal chat. The cool room panels help to keep the coolness in during the day. So he loves the SIP panels that we use. Elliot, we'll let you know later, but we're working with Elliot to actually on-sell his home. So if you want to jump the queue on a Havenwood home, we'll do a post on that this week. We've got Elliot is
organising some photos for us. He's
on sell his home.
New
he's moving and he's
down
got
to Canberra and all this sort of
family
stuff.
change.
Yeah.
So
he actually wanted to store his tiny home.
Yes.
And then
he'll get another one later
down the track. But I said, mate,
but it's a beautiful home.
It's a beautiful home. It's good to go.
Yes.
So if you're interested in jumping the queue big time,
yes,
contact us this week. It's a Jackson
we
model.
can put you in touch with Elliot.
7.2 Jackson model. It's good to go. Beautiful home. Elliot's upgraded to solar, so it's fully off grid.
Yes.
Okay, fully off grid.
He's going to send us through all the what else he's putting in it, so that we can let you know. But if it's something, if you're looking to get one right now, not wait, because there's a bit of a wait now, which will let you know. He's actually going to be selling his home, so we'll just put you in contact with him, and you can chat to each other. There is the opportunity possibly to also rent where he is, if it's something that you're looking at. So
it's the
Jolie model, Rick.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, Elliot.
Yeah,
I'm thinking 2 lots upstairs. Oh yeah, but that's right. The Jolie has 2 lots upstairs.
We've got a new model that we're about to do a walkthrough of, which one of our customers, Joe, did a design based off of our models and came up with a new one, and we're going to make that a model. And
from Joe's design, we've actually already on-sold 3 of that design.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. We might have to give her a commission for that.
We may have to give her a commission.
And I can't even take the credit for it. Oh.
Okay, Joe, if you're watching, I'm going to say it now. This is a Christmas present for you, Joe. Yeah. When we deliver your home, we're going to deliver it. We're coming to deliver it with our kids.
I might have the new poor man's Dodge Ram by then.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway,
that'll be
so we've got a name for our new model, and we're just getting the plans done for you, so it'll be online. But it's, as you know, if you've been watching for any length of time, we name our tiny homes. They're all named after our grandchildren. So apart from the Jackson, which was Jack, our client, but even though Joe sort of semi-designed this one, we're still naming it after grandchildren, because we've got lots to name. We've got lots to do.
Lots of grandkids,
and so this one is the Charlo. So it's Charlo. That's her name, Charlo. So it's the Charlo,
that's a great
which
design
will be
too.
the new design. And we might try to do that next weekend. We might do a walkthrough of that, because we should have it cleaned and everything by then. Okay, next question. We're only up to question 3. On one of the stories this week, you did a delivery, which was pretty hectic. Oh, yeah. How do your homes hold up with that sort of stress? If you know what we're talking about, it was the one with the tractor.
Yeah. I've done 6 tractor deliveries now this year, so which tractor was it? Anyway, it was the
one
last
where Michael
tractor.
Saved the day.
Yeah, Michael Harris saved the day. What a legend, man. I've actually got him on speed dial now.
Yeah.
So
Michael's blocked your number on his phone.
It says, help, I'm stuck. Press it. Michael comes up.
It's O, Michael. Yeah.
What a legend.
He's a great guy.
Okay, what was the question? Oh, how do the homes hold up? Man, because our homes are actually built from refrigeration panel. Now, because we actually lay our refrigeration panels horizontally, each of our panels act like a big truss. Okay, so whether it be 7.2, 8.2, or 9.2 metre homes, the actual panel runs the full length of the home. So these panels, in actual fact, are like a big truss. So, and on each side of the home, there's 3 panels, and another 3 on top of the roof. And because they run the full length of the home, this is like it's like a giant esky on wheels. It's a solid, rigid structure. It doesn't rotate, it doesn't twist, it doesn't flex like a standard either steel frame home or a timber home would, because the panelling itself doesn't budge. Okay, It's all locked in, it's interlocked, and it's fixed solid, and hence doing these 4-wheel drive tractor deliveries that can just handle the pace. And that's why I have no skin off my nose when I do it, and I know it's going AWOL and crazy stuff. And man, how was that tiny? It wasn't until I actually looked at the photos how was like the photographer. He's like, Rick, all your tiny homes delivered, because we had the film crew was the fifth in the series shoot that's happening next year. Anyway, long story short, he's like, Rico, what's the go with this, man? Are all your deliveries like this? I said, and I'm just like, it's water off a duck's back to me. It's like, well, yeah. Matter of fact, if you've got time, we'll get another one coming this afternoon.
Something about us, as I said, totally unscripted, but something about us and our life and the way we live our life and the way we do business is that we live authentically, okay? So if something's not going great, we'll let you know. If something's going really well, we'll let you know. So what we do on social media, We're not there. We're not beefing that up to tell you that that's woohoo, the drama of it all. That's exactly how it is. And we're not also saying, oh, everything's a breeze and, you know, business is going awesome. And it's all, like, we want to reflect the truth of business, the truth of our life, the truth of, you know, because it's really important to us to, we've seen too much fakeness in all areas of life to, it just doesn't work for anyone. You can put on a show for a little while and people will think, like, when we first started out, and this might help some of the tiny house builders that are just starting, okay? When we first started out, we went to an exhibition and there was somebody else there at that exhibition that was exhibiting tiny homes that said, I've just taken 40 orders this weekend. And we just came home like...
Demoralised.
What?
We were demoralised. Weren't we?
We didn't take one. Like,
we didn't take any orders.
What happened? Like, what's wrong with our homes? Like, what? Yeah. And the truth of the matter is, when you go to an expo, you will get a lot of interest, but very minimal orders because it's they're putting their whole life into something. They're not going to sign up with you straight away. Yeah. They will say, I'm very interested. You know, I like what you're doing. But if they're worth their salt and you're worth yours, then you'll have a meeting after the fact and you'll form a relationship and then you'll do business. But to hear somebody say, we've just sold 40 or we've taken orders for 10 or, you know, one guy came through a tiny house expo last year. When was it? Anyway, he said he was from the government and he was doing, he had a contract to build crisis housing for all of the pandemic, the floods and all the things. Okay, and he ripped off, well, he didn't rip off, but he told a lot of people that he had orders and all of these poor little new tiny house builders thought that they had sold their stuff at that show. Yeah. So that's really sad.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help the industry. It doesn't help the people, especially young, new startup builders. Yeah. They can get discouraged. They can lose interest. They can just give up. Yeah. But I guess what I'm saying is, I mean, we've been to a lot of shows. I actually started telling that up the other day.
I just want to, before these comments go, so Lucy said, that's why I chose you guys to build my home. I could tell that you're authentic and have integrity. And Lucy, you and I both know that there's been days where, you know, we haven't done things as well as you might have hoped and where, you know, correspondence-wise, communication-wise, but we're working it through and we'll always give you an answer, good or bad. Libby, hi, I would be interested in chatting about the resale tiny as a possibility to rent. Yeah. We'll chat. Send us an email afterwards. Yeah. And Elliot, it's easy to put your name on an email list, but when it comes to paying the money, that's exactly right. Yeah. You can say everything, people say everything they want at a show. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is, because the Central Coast show has just been on for people, and you know what, these tiny house builders, they're bringing something to you, to this community that's interested in that lifestyle. They've put in a lot of money to get it delivered.
Hundreds of dollars.
They've probably either on a plane or they're sleeping rough on the floor to just give it their all and to hear, oh yeah, I'm going to buy one, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then they go home thinking that they've got, you know, 4, 5, 6, whatever, 20 or people going to, and then they might get one or two convert into a sale. It's hard work and it's yeah. We don't want to inflate what's the
because
truth.
Like I was chatting to when I was up at the Queensland Expo.
Yes, at Brisbane.
And the like we've been around the block and all that sort of stuff. And the
thanks, Elliot. That's why you got my business. You're genuine and honest.
Yeah, thanks. And I just don't want people to give up. And
don't give up.
Yeah,
but take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
take what they're saying with a grain of salt.
Because a lot of people will speak of big words and fluff it all up and all this sort of stuff.
But if they're not coming and making a time with you, these tiny house builders, if they're not making an appointment with you to actually chat further about what you are offering, then, you know, let them wander, let them have a look, but just they're not at that stage of their journey yet. So you know.
There's not many people like I said, we've done about 14 or 15 big shows around the Eastern Seaboard, right?
Yes.
At those shows, like I'm going to be straight up, I've actually only sold 3 homes at shows out of 15 shows. And we've been around the block.
Yeah.
And
those shows, like, you know, we take our whole family.
Yeah.
We'll either sleep on the floor of the tiny house or we'll go and stay in a caravan park. It's not high flying.
No, that's right.
It's packing up when everybody else is gone. We pack it down, we go home, and then we're back at work on the Monday for our staff. So it's not. I don't want people to give up because it's a great industry to be in.
Yeah.
But it is hard work, and you know, we're refining process all the time. Can you recommend anyone who does finance for tinies? Yes. If you go to our website, Mo, we have a section under the tinies for finance on havenwood.com.au, and we work with HandyPay. And I think a lot of tiny home builders do. So if you want to chat with them, there's a link on our website you can go to. Let's get some more questions going.
Let's go, Dave.
Okay. How's the build queue going? Well,
the build queue,
the build
it's
queue's
good.
going.
At the moment, we're starting a new build every 6 working days. Actually, the guys had a great week. Shout out to all the staff this week. I'm really proud of them. They're really starting to shine. They're stepping up to the plate. Everyone knows their job and they just know what they're doing, and I just oversee it, and they're going so well. They've cut it down to 5.5 days, you know.
To get a shell.
And
this is to get the shell done. You're not to build a tiny house, you know what I'm saying? Like,
okay. Sorry, okay. When I say 5.5 days, 5.5 days, I'm ready to painting. So the structure's built, the external cladding's finished, the flooring's down, the windows are in.
Yes. And that's why for our new clients coming into 2023, if you go with us, we will be working with you to do all of your choices before we start.
Yeah.
Because we learnt this year has been, personally, the most hectic, stress-filled of any year I've ever had. And I've been married to this guy for a long time.
I don't like to use the word stressed.
I know you don't, but I'm married to you and I'm stressed. I'm stressed.
I call it managed pressure.
I know you do. That's not the word I use for it. So we're going to change some things. So we need to make sure that if you want something quicker, sooner rather than later, and you've made that decision, you need to get in contact with us now, and we're going to do that process of doing all the choices. So by the time we start your home, we're just going. Yeah. We're just going. So, everyone's laughing. I'm getting medals. There's going to be medals on here for long service.
And so you should.
Long service marriage.
Long service leave. Don't leave me, darling.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I know
yes, long service leave.
Keep
That's
together.
what I need. That's exactly what I need.
Okay, so with the build queue, I don't want people to wait any more than 6 months for our tiny homes.
Yeah.
Okay, because our build queue's actually out to April next year. Start dates out to April next year.
Yeah.
Early next year, like I'm talking probably straight after Christmas when we come back.
Yes.
We're
having 3 weeks holiday. Don't kill us. All of our clients that won't get their home before Christmas, don't kill us. We need 3 weeks.
So I'm starting a second assembly line.
Oh,
wow.
Say that live while I'm listening.
Wow. We are good to go. I've worked it out now. I've gone through it. I've sussed it. 2 extra boys.
Why do you always do this? Where I can't say anything. So I just have to smile and
double the
nod.
Crew, double the turnover. Bam. So our clients, right?
Yes. As long as they've got everything locked away,
than 6 months.
We're good to go.
Yeah.
But
it's got to be locked in.
The work's on them as well. So now, so if you're thinking about going tiny with whoever, now's the time. Over the Christmas break, get yourself a book, a Pinterest. If you're old school, get a scrapbook. Otherwise, Pinterest board, anything. And get the pictures that you want. Write it down. Make it very clear in your mind. If you need to find land, do it. Go to Park My Tiny House. Talk to her. Talk to Bryony. Granny Flat Rentals. There's people that are doing these, putting land with tiny home people. Talk to those people. Start doing the work so that you're not stressed. Yeah. When you come to a tiny home builder like us, you've already done all the work.
Yeah.
And you're ready to go.
It's really simple. Some of our clients, they just come in, they're prepared, they've gone through our website, they've made all their choices, they come in, and it's just bam. For Stu, it's just like...
And on our end,
easy
so as I said, we're in a little transition phase. We're changing our plans. That's why they're not online at the moment, because we're putting some of those things that we put as optional extras before that everybody's choosing, we're making them the standard, which will reflect a little in the price. But they're standard, so you can go, yes, I wanted that extra window there and I wanted that there.
Yeah.
That's standard now. So away you go. Can you guys find custom pieces or does the client have to source these? Farmhouse sink, copper style. Okay. I love it, but
she loves it.
Mo, okay, let's talk because you're my person. Okay, if you find something you want to put in the home, you get it, and then when you come to us, we will put it in for you. No problem. We'll design it around what you have. If you want us to do it, we will, but you will come under the custom price. Okay. One of my goals for 2023 is that I would like to have room in our build queue to give me some space to do what me and Storm are good at. Me do me. Okay, I will. I'd like to do some full builds, like maybe 3 or 4 next year, that are fully done, fully furnished, fully decorated, and then they get offered as a tender or whatever, so that you can see something different. Because what happens is, what we found is, when we do something new or a client comes up with something new, then it goes on social media. Then everyone goes, oh, I love that. And then we do 10 of them. Yeah. So I want to keep doing some new things. We've got some new models that we can't release yet that will come out next year, which I think you'll love. But I want to have space in our queue so we can keep bringing you innovation without the pressure. And when you see that, you'll be like, oh, love it. I want that in my home. The other thing that I haven't told you about.
Oh, here we go.
The other thing, when our showroom gets fixed up from the flood back in March and we have our village showroom again, I love repurposing old things and I love painting things up and those sorts of things. So I'm going to have some specialised things on offer in our village showroom for our clients.
Like
for
vanity,
example, bathroom vanities repurposed from old timber pieces, dresses and things like that. I will have them ready. They'll be there. They'll be one-offs. So if you come in and you like, oh, but can I have that vanity? They'll just be for sale for our clients. Okay, so that's exciting for me. Having to find land once the tiny is built and ready to go isn't comfortable. Absolutely, that's right. So,
well, okay.
Yes.
With that,
there's people you can talk to. There's so much land right now.
But honestly, the multiple of our clients right now, what they've done, I'm going to give you this information for free, okay? They've done up an A4 flyer about themselves, photo of themselves.
Elliot did that.
Photo of their family.
Yes.
Jess did that.
Jess did.
They just talk about their rental history, talk about who they are, their family. A4. Put it out in the local Google, in the area, suburb, town, wherever you want to go. Put it on the Google. Yeah. My clients have been overwhelmed with people to a point that they've organised multiple weekends to go and inspect all the homes to see where they're going to choose to live. All the properties that they've
actually got available to them. You've got to be proactive. If you want this lifestyle, get yourself an A4 sheet, do up a resume about you and your family or whoever it is, and get out there.
And do it. Because finding the land, honestly, that is the easy part. Yeah. But don't find the land and not have a tiny house built.
Yes.
So you need to press a button. Remember, dreams are free. You got to press a button and make it happen. And come on.
Yeah.
Like, just do it.
So I think it's pretty standard for most of the tiny house builders in the industry at the moment. If you went, okay, well, I'm going to find the land, then I'll go and see a tiny house builder. You really need to be doing that in conjunction because most of them are about 6 months out. Easily. I think. Yeah, easily. You know, pretty much. Yeah. So even if with the newer guys, you sign up with them, they might not be able to build multiples at one time. They might be building one at a time. Yeah. So you've just got to ask those questions to find out. So everyone's doing great work. I mean, the expo that Fay and Lance put on at Central Coast this weekend, we've been watching it. Fantastic. Yeah. It's so great. Everything helps. I didn't see you at the expo. Where are you going to be next? That's one of the questions we had this week.
Well, next year, we've made a conscious decision. We're going to support all the main shows with Fay and Lance next year. Melbourne, Brisbane, Central Coast, all that sort of stuff. Obviously we're busy, we're flat out and all that sort of stuff. But I think we've made a conscious decision that we want to support the industry. And if we're not there, we're not supporting the industry. So we'll be there.
In saying that, we may not be at all of them. Like, we might not be at every single one that they put on. But we'll do what we can. Because our clients are priority. And that's why we didn't go to Central Coast, because we've got so many that we need to get out before Christmas or just after. So we're having 3 weeks shutdown to give our guys a break, because it's been a huge year. But in that break shutdown, we will probably take our family and go, we're having a holiday, and do some deliveries.
Do some deliveries.
And and just stay on someone's property for the night or whatever. Yeah. So we're coming for you, Joe. We're coming for you, Belinda. Yeah. And get out, see a bit of Australia for ourselves. Do you guys build plans from other builders? I have an eye on a certain plan.
Well, depending what it is.
It would be a custom.
I think the big thing you need to look at is that all the other builders are 2.4 metre homes. Now, when you talk our homes, we're 3 metres wide. So that design that you're looking at building from another builder, we've got so much space. We're 600 mil wider. So what that means is there's room to burn. And with the models we've got now, and this, we don't confess to be experts, but design-wise, I've been designing unit blocks, multiple developments for 41 years of construction. I've sort of been around. And what that means, I'm not confessing being an expert. Sorry, I hope that didn't come across as prideful, because I'm not prideful, that's for sure. What I'm saying is, with our select designs that we have,
we think we've nailed a lot of the...
We've nailed the actual mechanical design. The fluffy bits, like a window here, or
their own farmhouse sink, or those. We can do that. No problem.
But honestly, there's only. It's like songs. It's like
Belinda said she was so grateful to meet you at Cleveland, Brisbane. Expos are great to meet the builders. So that's for sure. And that's what we'll try to do next year. But we also love the rural shows. Like we love Mudgee. We love going to Mudgee field days. We love the rural shows. Our hearts are with the farmers. What we want to see is more farmers actually, with this, for New South Wales, the legislation's changing now around farm stays and ecotourism and things like that on properties. So we want to see these farmers being able to put some of these homes on their places and get some income, because the cityites, they want to get out there. They want to see our country. So
they want to go and stay
we
in
want
the
to put
bush.
the two together. So we really, even though Mudgee hasn't been great for sales, it's a really good show to just talk to them about, have you thought, instead of buying another tractor, do this instead, have something else.
Because you weigh it up, like these guys, they'll spend 150, 200 grand on a tractor. And I asked him, how much money did that tractor make you
this year?
Last year? How much in that
the
year?
Return on investment.
The return on investment. You could spend like 120 grand on a tiny home and pull in 50 to 60
Farmers
grand.
for life. We need a shirt. Farmers for life. We love the farmers. Hey, you know what? We'd be dead without our farmers. We wouldn't have any food.
Remember, I'm a bush boy, you know? You know what they say, you can take the boy out of the bush, but you can't take the bush out of the boy? Well...
If you didn't know before, that heavy Australian accent.
It's funny. It's funny when I
can't understand him.
When we travel out to Mudgee or go bush again. As soon as I get over the Blue Mountains, all of a sudden the slang
comes right out, doesn't it? It
real,
slows down.
I had someone thought I was Aboriginal.
Oh.
I said, do I note a bit of Central Australian accent happening there? And I said,
Okay, next question.
Okay.
What do you do if your battery storage runs out in the middle of the night?
Okay. That's a solar question, Dar. You ready for this? You're not falling asleep, are you, Dar?
Well,
I'm talking solar.
This is a good comment. I think the US could learn a lot from Australia in the tiny home space.
Yeah.
That's a conversation to have. I think for a lot of our viewers, they watch what's happening in the US, and a lot of them come to us with the US pictures and go, I want this. But their regulations are so different to ours.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to put what they're doing into our homes. I think you're right. Yeah. The answer is generator.
Generator.
Is that the answer?
Generator. Yeah, it's a generator. However, it's about the way the generator hook up, right?
Okay.
I come unstuck this year. I'm going to be straight up. Hey.
We've learned a lot this year around solar.
Unfortunately, our suppliers, manufacturer over in China, changed their format of their inverters, which didn't suit a lot of the new Australian
unbeknownst
generators.
to all of us and the people we buy the generators from.
Yeah. So everyone was just turned into turmoil, and I was run ragged. Trying to work out what the issue and the problem was. Anyway, long story short, it was actually to do with the inverter. It wasn't the generator, it wasn't the batteries, it wasn't the sun. It was just that the dudes changed their format their
coding,
coding or whatever in their inverter, and
they weren't reading, talking to each other. And
so the inverter's talking Chinese, and the generator's talking English, and they're just like
Aussie slang.
Yeah, it's just not happening. Anyway, like, hey, I've cut out the middleman. I've cut out the middleman.
Sorted.
We've developed a relay. Okay, so we're going straight to the middleman, right? You know what I'm saying? We're going straight from the batteries to the generator. Wow.
Okay.
So we've cut out the inverter.
I don't want to know.
We've cut out the inverter. We've created a
relay. If you want to do a full solar day, let me know and I won't be here. Because it's like, I'll go to sleep.
So we've cut out the middleman.
I know it's interesting to you guys.
We've cut out the inverter. So the inverter doesn't have to speak to the generator anymore because, like, they're clashing horns, right? So I'm going straight from the batteries. So soon we can actually set the our relay that we've got now, talks to the batteries. The batteries are saying, hey, listen, bro, I'm running out of power. Bam, done. Turns the generator on.
I'm sure they are. That's what they're saying.
Turns the generator on. And then
it says,
hey, bro, I've got enough juice now. Have a spill.
Okay.
Bam, it's off.
Right.
Just like that. But
now.
Inverter, you just keep talking to your solar stuff. Yeah, like, we're done.
That meant nothing to me.
So, great system, loving it.
Good. I'm very glad that you're enjoying it.
I'm really enjoying it.
And I'm sure our clients will love all of that knowledge. I lost a lot of sleep over. This
was a great client. Love him dearly. And it was just killing me, man. And that was... Actually, that was...
Yeah, I'm low on juice, bro. That's what they say. That's what the batteries say. Juice me up. I don't think the US
That was one of the clients, Michael, right?
Okay. I think our pizzas are ready.
And that delivery...
Yeah.
That hit
yes.
when we had to snap it out and rah. Anyway, long story short, we've had about 200,000
Yeah,
hits.
I don't know what happened there. Someone shared that somewhere and it went
must have went to the Land Cruiser Club.
The first and only video to go viral. Woo! Yeah, okay. All right. How much would it cost to deliver to Melbourne?
Okay.
So, real quick. Let's go real quick.
Real quick now. Our deliveries now, we've changed the format of our deliveries now. We were... just one-way delivery, and it was charged more. So now we're actually meeting industry standard, which is $2.80 per kilometre each way. So obviously our truck has got to get you your tiny home to your property.
Yeah.
And we say to the gate because we don't know what's inside the gate.
Yeah.
And then of course then our truck driver has got to get home fuel and whatnot. So it's $2.80 each way. Industry standard across the board.
I got a comment about that. We mostly live in them illegally here because we build them under RV regulation, but intent is for permanent living, not a recreational vehicle.
Yeah.
There's conversation happening now, and I think that will continue to happen because councils are coming around, government is coming around. There is a housing crisis in this country, if you haven't noticed, and it is going to change. But we have to band together.
So in the meantime, we need to keep doing it illegally.
We're allowed to live in our homes, on our properties, and we're allowed to have...
60 days.
Up to 60 days a year to have somebody come stay commercially. So there are things, but yes, there will come a time when we need to...
And for anyone that's going to a council to see if you can have a tiny home on your property, don't mention tiny home because 99% of councils, as soon as you say tiny home, the alarm bells start ringing and they're just all over the shop. Just say caravan. Like, you just got to speak the right language. Okay, if you go to your local council, because most councils around Australia, and I know in New South Wales, is that caravans come under the classification of exempt and complying development. Okay, it's in
it's just an activity application.
Some councils may for an activity statement for a caravan. Don't say tiny home. Okay, because at the end of the day, a tiny home is a brand of caravan. It's a relocatable home on a registerable trailer. So all tiny homes, that's what we are. So you just got to speak the right language.
Anyway, we've talked about this so many times, so we'll just keep going. I'm struggling getting a granny flat in my backyard over an easement. Can I put your tiny home over an easement?
Well, yeah, we've actually had this come up quite a lot because a lot of towns inside residential areas, you've got easements in your backyards, you've got sewers, you've got stormwater easements, you've got electrical easements, and you can't build on those. Well, some of the stormwater and sewer you can, but it's very expensive. You've got to encase sewers and all sorts of stuff. But with a tiny home, once again, is like a caravan. It's a relocatable home on a registrable trailer. It's just sitting on top of the ground. It's movable. It's not there permanent, and you can just move it off the easement. So that's the beauty, and that's why we've picked up a lot of residential sales, is because our homes can sit over, and every other tiny home can sit on top of an easement. So no problem at all.
Okay.
Easy.
Last question.
Ooh.
And then, I've got to tell you something after that. Typical tinies have a price rise at Christmas. Do they? Oh. Are you able to hold your current prices?
Yeah, what happens there.
Everything happens at Christmas because the world ends.
Supplies, yeah, I know.
Everyone wants everything.
Yeah, and it's just like rule I've been building for 42, 43 years now. And
God, you're old.
At Christmas, I sound like an old dinosaur, don't I?
You were 5 when you started. I don't know.
I was a young fella. Anyway, price rises. Yeah, I used to get these letters, price rise. It's like, man, it's like you're killing me. So what we've done, we've tried to absorb as many price rises as we can. The only reason recently our prices have gone up is because we're actually throwing in stuff that our clients normally choose as optional extras. So we're actually putting those already in our homes. So when you come to and buy our homes now, you've actually got all the bells and whistles. They're already in there. So what that does is upgrade our home.
We are old. I know. You are old. We're old. We are old.
That, Elliot?
I don't know. No, I don't. I'm not sure. We haven't met you. Real sheep show. I'm not sure who it is. Anyway, we are. Yeah. We are old. That's true.
Hey.
True. I look at these and I think that's why we never watch them back. We never watch them back.
When you got to roll on your back on your bed of the morning to put your socks on, that's when you know you're old.
You're going to have an anti-inflammatory to get up. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Anyway, we're still going. Hey, we're not retiring, we're refiring. Is that right?
No. Talking about getting a belt, right? When I was a kid, I talked earlier on about my dad giving me a flogging.
Yeah.
And I deserved it, don't get me wrong.
Exactly.
I deserved it, and he made me the man I am today.
Yeah.
Right? Because I learned a lot, right? Kept on flogging.
Right.
Anyway, Mum, I used to think my dad was quick.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
But my mum, right, she used to have a belt. Every morning she'd get up.
Okay.
She'd have this black belt. She'd just clip on the side.
Of her apron? Or
clip on the side of the apron. A farmer's wife, apron, cooking.
Yes, always, yes.
She'd have it clipped on the side. Like it's probably maybe about half a metre long.
Right, okay.
And because she knew that day I was going to play up.
Oh, I thought she was going to get frisky with your dad. Oh, okay.
No.
Right, okay.
This belt.
Yeah.
And obviously in the one swoop.
Yes.
Because I'll be doing me when I was a kid.
Of course. ADHD child, yes.
And she just, with the one swoop, the arm would come through, snap the belt straight off the side of the hip, and she'd just go, whack.
Right. And did you stop doing what you were doing?
Well, I ran like hell after she hit me the first time. But she was quick, man. Damn, she was quick. Geez. It was just one action, just snap back. It's like, holy crap. So it did sort of slow me up from playing up a bit, you know.
Yes, don't take anti-inflammatories on an empty stomach. Absolutely, yes.
So what I've learned, it's like me breakfast. Gosh. I have breakfast at night time now because it's so I can save time in the morning. so what I've done now, I have the anti-inflammatories at night with my breakfast.
Have cereal before you go to bed so you get more time.
It saves me time in the morning.
Wow.
Man, I'm out the door, mate.
What do you have?
I've got things to do. I've got things to do, man. I'm busy, man.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for brekkie.
Take your brand. All right. So what we're going to do this week, just so that, because we've talked about this for a while and we actually haven't done it. So we make it a nice Christmas present for somebody. So Samantha and Charlie, who are clients who have started a B&B, and it's up on our website under our stays. They have a B&B down in Foxground, New South Wales. We're giving away a weekend for 2 at their, obviously you're not going to get in before Christmas, but we're going to give that away in the next 2 weeks. Watch our social media. We're going to put it up there, and then you guys can, do your thing, be in there for a chance to win.
So what
are
they going to do? What are they going to do to get a chance to win?
Well, when Storm does a post on it, you'll probably have to like, share, and comment on the post. Normally that's what happens. Yeah. It's all about getting a little bit more following. So you've got to share the post, like the post, comment on the post, and then you're in the running. And then, next weekend or the weekend after, we'll draw the winner of the weekend for 2 stay. And it's about $700, I think, for the weekend.
For the weekend,
so, you call that a belt? This is a belt. Absolutely. Oh, jeez.
Hey, but listen, got a true story. The other weekend, we went to a wedding, our cousin's wedding, which was awesome.
No, it was our
niece, nephew, whatever. Anyway, that's not part of the story, though. It doesn't matter whose it was. It was when. Yeah, and then I started thinking, what is the most,
gosh.
for brides, right?
Yes.
What is the most stressful part of a wedding? Right.
Okay.
They're thinking dress. They're thinking where they're going to have the reception, who's going to be the MC, who's going to be in their bridal party.
Right.
You know what I reckon?
What is it?
I reckon the most stressful part of the wedding.
Okay, from a man. What is it?
Where do they seat Auntie Thelma next to Auntie Victoria? Or this? Every family's got a blue going on, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's got a blue.
Yes.
And all they think about, they're trying to work out the table placements of where they can put
of all the people.
So the people aren't bluing with Thelma
don't
and
turn
Vic
them
and
around
Tom
so they're not
and
looking
Pete
at those
and they're
people.
bluing.
Yes.
We've got to, you know, I reckon.
Are we the only ones, or does that happen every?
You know what I reckon we should do?
What?
Like, I want to get married again, Dar.
No,
just
to
so,
me.
yeah, to you, right? Because I know you won't say no, right? I want to get married again because I reckon we need to really put a cat amongst the pigeons, right?
Put all the people that hate each other next
I
to each other.
reckon what I would do now is the people that are blowing, I'd put them across the table from each other. Just let's just bring it out.
I think there's a show for that. I think it's like World's Worst Weddings or something. There's a show. There's a show. You can watch.
You know what I'd do? I'd actually.
It's a disaster.
And you know what I'd do? I would start with sweets, right? Start with the dessert, so they can just throw the crap. Let's just get this crap off your chest, man. Let's just hoik it. Let's just bring it on. I reckon. Honestly,
dear.
They'd get it off their chest. Should be all done and dusted.
Yeah.
I reckon by the end of the night they'll be having a whiskey together.
I don't think so.
You don't reckon?
I think there'd be police called.
I reckon it'd be bloody unreal.
Oh.
Yeah, I reckon you'd start a TV reality show.
Well, I think they already have. They already have. There's all those wedding disasters and weddings from hell and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be gold.
A ring in the Put the boxing ring in the middle of on the dance floor.
Now we're talking.
It's like, okay, whoever's got a beef with each other, get in there.
That table, the ones that are blowing the most, put them in the middle. So everyone's around the outside, they can watch them. They can watch it, just get it on. I reckon that'd be fantastic. And it just really, just get it off your chest and it's like, I feel better now.
Married at first sight, exactly. I mean, we just won't even go there. All right, anyway, that's it for this week.
We've talked enough.
So you have talked well enough. I'm just surprised that you want to marry me again. That's amazing. I didn't say the same about you though. So yeah. Anyway, all right. We'll see you next Sunday. Whoever. We'll see you next Sunday, and look out for the stuff on the social media. We will put that up to do the giveaway for a weekend for two down at Sam and Charlie's beautiful lily pad. Tiny house. It's absolutely the property is beautiful. 5 stars. You've got heaps
of 5 stars right.
So many reviews. They're booked out, so you'd have to probably wait till to get in. But we will give the weekend away to somebody. So we'll talk to you soon. See you later.
All right.